I'm Heidi McCutcheon. I'm the Executive Director of the Shelton-Mason County Chamber of Commerce. We are very excited to have you all here today. Thank you for joining our Inside Look, which is presented by Peninsula Credit Union. We're very pleased to partner with the North Mason Chamber of Commerce, as well as the EDC of Mason County. We're sure that you're all excited to dive in, but before we begin, just a little of info about what we're bringing you for today's event. First, we'll be able to hear a few words from Andy Conklin. He's the Shelton Y Advisory Board Chair. He'll hand off the program then to Shelton Y Senior Director, Aubrey Fudge. Then we'll break into some small groups. In those breakout rooms, you'll hear about youth programming, why the Y does what it does, as well as scholarship, anticipated pool space, and the community partnerships plan for this new space.
The expert speakers will move every 10 minutes, so you'll be able to get the inside scoop on every topic and ask questions along the way. Then we'll reconvene to hear from today's sponsor, Peninsula Credit Union's CEO, Jim Morrell, who is also an advisory board member for the Shelton Y, and a few final words from Aubrey.
So with that, I will hand it over to Andy Conklin.
Unmute my audio. Here we go. Hey, most of you I'm looking at, I know you, but my name is Andy Conklin. I'm a real estate broker down at Windermere Real Estate downtown Shelton, and I'm a lifelong resident here, and super stoked that we've got this opportunity to add a really significant value to the community and move our area forward. And that's with that, I'm incredibly honored to have been asked to be the chair of the advisory committee. And so, we got I think one other committee member on here, Jim Morrell. We have other members from the community that are a part of this advisory board. Carrie Davidson is a part of the advisory board. She's a Shelton School Board member also. We have Betty Udis, boy, I'm brutal with her name, Dawn Udistugi from the Shelton School District as well. I have it written down in front of me and I still can't say it. It's super hard. She wants me to call her Betty U, but I want to really make it an effort. So, we're just, Kelly Cahote, she's with the, Kelly Cahote's with the Hoodstock. And I'm missing people here. Mayday. They're not on the list. I expected them to all be here. So anyway, we're working hard at making the Y a great place to be. You've been driving by, you've seen what it looks like, and we're super stoked to get going in March. So I'm going to kick it to Aubrey now.
Thanks, Andy. Hi, everyone. It's great to get to see all of your faces. I'm so sorry we can't do this in person. Welcome to the world of virtual. I'm sure you guys have all been through it enough. But before we get started and go into our breakout sessions, I want to give you five fun facts, 5 things to know about the Y and what's happening right now. Number one, we have to give some snaps, a round of applause, because without all of the hard work of the volunteers and the 250 capital campaign donors, we wouldn't be where we're at today. It's been such hard work getting where we're at. It's a great job and it's a great effort, and I'm so excited to see where the Y goes from here, and it wouldn't have been possible without them. So there's 1. 2, the YMCA is more than just a gym. You're gonna see that in these breakout sessions today. We teach life-saving skills in the pool. We have cancer survivor programs. We do youth sports. We are a community hub. We have these community partnerships. There's so many things than just grabbing a gym bag, going doing cardio, and then leaving that happen at the Y, and I'm excited to invite you all to be a part of that. 3, charter membership sales started October 1st. I am thrilled to announce we've sold 133 charter memberships as of about 30 minutes ago. So great job, everybody. I'm excited to see you all join too. 4, I get to hire 2 full-time coordinators and a bunch of part-time staff, and we're starting that now. So if you know folks that are interested, if they want to come work at the Y, please invite them, share it. It's on our website right now. We are hiring, and we're excited to see people in the community be a part of the Y. And then 4 or 5, wherever I left off, is the last one. I want to challenge all of you. I don't know if you're into friendly competition or not, but we have a really cool mobile app. And I've got a lot of Thurston County people who have downloaded this mobile app. It's free. You don't have to have a membership to download it, but you can participate on it. And I've got a lot of Thurston County folks, and I've got a little bit of Mason County folks, and I want to see that grow. Not to mention, on the app is a leaderboard, and I'm on it. And I want to challenge all of you to be on it with me and see where that falls in that leaderboard. So go and download the mobile app. I know you're sitting on your phone right now, maybe. Go and do it while we do these breakout sessions, ask questions, and I'm excited to see you guys be on that leaderboard with me. With that, I think it's time to jump into breakout groups.
Very good. So what we'll do is we'll be sending everybody into the breakout rooms. You'll stay there for the remainder until Deidre finally calls everybody back into the main room. So I believe that there's 4 different breakouts. So we'll go ahead and get going on those now.
I'll go ahead and start with introductions. So my name's Clara Robbins. I'm going to be the program director out at the Shelton YMCA. I was a high school graduate out there, and I'm pretty excited to be moving back and just dipping my toes back into the community and setting up this amazing resource for folks and families and individuals. And so I have a lot of ideas that I'm excited to jump into and get going out there. But of course, feedback is a gift. And so events like these, it's just a way to connect not only myself and Aubrey and the team that's going to be out there, but also you guys to us. And so from there, I'll let Patrick introduce himself.
Yeah, thanks, Clara. My name's Patrick Costello. I work as the Executive Director of Youth and Community Development with the South Sound Y. So I oversee all of our childcare, youth sports leagues, summer camps, things like that. And we're really excited to spend the next few minutes talking about all the different youth development opportunities that we're gonna be bringing to Shelton. A couple, before we dive in, just a couple of things that we wanna make sure we name with you all, this being the first rotation especially. We're probably gonna cover a bunch of material and we may have time to get to questions, but in case we don't, I'm so sorry. Both my email address and Clara's email address is on our website, however, as well as our phone number. So if any of you have any follow-up questions that we can't get to today, just know that you can reach out to us, and we're eager to get those answered for you. Yeah, and so I think with that, we'll just jump in and kind of talk about some of the things that we do. So I'll start by talking about our licensed childcare, which has, so let me see where to start with this. Our Y specifically for childcare, different Ys do different things. A lot of Ys have early learning programs. Our Y specifically has done a lot of before and after school programming at different elementary schools. So we have been at a number of different schools in Shelton in the past. This last year, we had programs begin at both Mountain View and Bordeaux Elementary. And we continued to operate the Bordeaux elementary program until the shutdown began. When the shutdown started though, we jumped in and continued to offer all-day childcare for families that needed. Shelton had their own program through the spring, so we didn't step in then. But here in Olympia, we continue to operate all-day childcare for essential service employees and support them. And one of the biggest benefits, I think, that I really want to have come across with us being licensed, and you could please use your voice in the community to just share this around. As a licensed provider, we accept people that receive DCYF subsidy to attend. And so what that means, generally, if someone, can receive, it's sort of it's a complicated math equation kind of based on income and number of people in the family. But in short, if someone qualifies for free and reduced lunch, there's a really good chance that they're going to be able to come to childcare at a deeply subsidized rate. People that qualify for free lunch, like in that income demographic, come to childcare for as little as $15 a month. And so, on top of that as well, if anyone doesn't qualify for a state subsidy, we have our own financial assistance, and really we want to make these programs accessible for all. all of our childcare programs, the goal really is to instill our 4 core values of honesty, respect, caring, and responsibility in everything that we do. So whether or not they're doing an arts and crafts activity or a fun team building game outside, or even just resolving a conflict on the playground that naturally arises with kids, really our goal is to teach those character values. In addition to that, we offer a number of different youth sports leagues around the city and summer camps. We haven't yet operated a summer camp in Shelton, but we hope to in the future, assuming there's interest. The last thing I want to say with regards to licensed childcare is we know that this time especially is hard for a lot of families to make work. And we're really excited over the next probably few weeks. We've been working with Shelton School District, and we're just about ready to launch sort of an emergency closure care out there as well. So if any of you have any family, friends, or if you yourself need childcare, the way that you could let us know is just by signing up for our wait list on the website. As soon as we get 10 kids, which is sort of our minimum to operate remotely sustainably, then we'll jump in and we'll operate childcare. So with that, I think I'm going to hand it over to Clara to talk about what we do at the branch.
Thank you so much, Patrick. I was gonna just say childcare has been so important, and it's really come to the forefront of so many people's minds in the last 6 months how essential childcare is. So I'm going to kind of talk about the flip side of childcare, which is our drop-in childcare at the branch. And so this resource is for facility members only, and specifically more so it's for family members. And so if you have a family, if it's a single adult and a couple of kiddos on the account, or if it's 2 adults and as many kiddos, you have access to what we call is our kid zone. And so what this is, we really wanted to design this to make our facility as accessible as possible to everyone in the community. You know, we recognize that sometimes pursuing a healthier lifestyle, you really have to navigate the world that we live in, whether it's with your own job, whether it's with finding a babysitter or waiting for your spouse to get home, whatever it is. And so having access to this kid zone area, it allows parents to pursue their healthier lifestyle in whatever capacity that they want to, with a little bit more freedom. And I'll put a little asterisk there right now, because operating under COVID, we have had to make it a reservation system, but under normal circumstances, it's a true drop-in kid zone place. And more so, it's a place where families can drop their kids off and know that the kids are safe, know that they're being, staying engaged both physically and mentally, and that they're being able to be around other kids. And all of this while mom and dad is able to get an hour or an hour and a half away from kids and enjoy their workout. And I don't have kids, but I can imagine how essential that will be for so many moms and dads. So I just want to start there. And so what it'll look like, come March, we don't know what the world is going to look like in March, unfortunately. We're not future readers, but we will be as flexible as we can, and we're going to stay as accessible and accommodating for families as possible. And so, like I said, right now we're operating under a reservation system, and you can make that reservation an hour beforehand. So it still allows that freedom for mom or dad to be like, you know what, I have 2 hours. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get a workout in. I'm going to drop my kid off at Kid Zone and go and get my workout in. So what it looks like, the Kid Zone area is located just right off of our front entrance in the Shelton YMCA lobby. And so when you come into the Y, you're going to check in, be greeted with our YMCA staff, and then you'll walk your kiddo over to our Kid Zone place, hand them off to our YMCA staff in Kid Zone. And then from there, rest assured, you can go do your workout, kind of turn off that parental switch in your head if you can. And then once you're done working out, come back in, pick up the kid, and then pursue the rest of your day however you want to. And once the kiddo is actually in Kid Zone, we will have specific space designed for infants and then also for our school age kids. And generally the maximum age that we allow in is about 9 or 10, depending, anything above that, it's really hard to keep them engaged and provide things that they want to do. So about infants all the way up to 9 or 10, give or take. The infants, again, put a little asterisk there because of COVID. You know, we haven't opened our infant space here in Olympia just because of close contact. We don't want to hold your babies and possibly risk transmitting something. So again, we'll see what that looks like in March, but that will be available once the world comes back to normal. So, and then 2, we're going to have plenty of toys, plenty of age appropriate toys to keep the kids involved. They're going to be able to interact with each other. And like Patrick said, just learn how to be humans together and how to navigate different situations, whether it's adversity or celebrating each other, whatever that looks like. They're going to have the Y core values: respect, honesty, caring, responsibility, and they're going to have mentors that are providing that as well. And so, and the other thing that I'm really excited about, oh,
Sarah, I'm so
Sorry,
sorry. Just
time.
oh, it's fine. That's perfect. I was rambling anyway. So thank you all. I'm sorry I didn't leave time for questions, but again, our contact information is on the website.
Thank you, Clara. Thanks, Patrick.
thank you everyone for your time.
Hello, I made it to the next room. It's like teleporting.
Well done, you.
Poof, I just go to the next place.
All right, Jen, Kirk, you guys want to introduce yourselves and have at it?
Yeah, I'm Kirk Smith. I'm the Vice President of Marketing at Peninsula Credit Union. Nice to meet everybody. I work with Scott Hovater there that you see also in your group. So I'm going to give a little spiel kind of about him. Peninsula Credit Union has been around for 85 years. We are celebrating our 85th anniversary this year. And what a memorable one to do that, right? We have a mission statement at the credit union. We listen, we serve, we educate, we care always. And we try to strive to hit each of those 4 areas in everything that we do. Now, I want to talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions that are coming up. It's that time of year where people are going to start thinking, what am I going to do? And many people are going to pick fitness goals, right? And lots of times we think physical fitness. We think we're going to eat less, we're going to exercise more, we're going to do stuff like that. The YMCA provides a lot of outlets for different types of fitness. The obvious one is physical fitness, right? Everybody knows that. But as Aubrey mentioned in the opening statements, they have support groups for cancer patients, things like that. So there's emotional fitness, there's social fitness. And we are proud to introduce, that we're bringing financial fitness to the YMCA as well. So at the credit union, all of our employees, 100% of us, are certified financial counselors. That's everyone from the branch managers all the way to our IT staff. But we have one in particular, Scott, who's part of this group, who is a certified financial counselor, and his title is our community financial educator. Scott is going to spend time with community partnerships like Sound Learning and the Hub, and he's going to spend time in the YMCA. So he'll do individual coaching, one-on-one type stuff. If somebody walks by and they have a question on how to build a budget, Scott is going to help them. But he'll also help people who maybe are thinking about getting a mortgage a year from now, and what do they need to line up and what do they need to take care of to do that. So Scott will be able to help that from one-on-one, and he's going to host classes at the YMCA as well when that's available, obviously. But he'll have class presentations for large groups that can come in and kind of learn financial tips, financial well-being, financial fitness that will help them move as they move through their lives. Check the YMCA community calendar for times and details as we get to that point. We'll schedule them and they will post them on their page as well as we will post them on our social media. One last thing that I wanted to talk about is we're pleased to announce that we have just launched our pcfcu.org/financial fitness. It's a brand new page that we have that talks about all of the different resources that Scott has and how to get a hold of him, so that if you are interested in reaching out to him and learning a little bit more, you can do that. But we're just super excited to partner with the Y and be able to kind of encompass this fitness to a whole new level. So thank you. Any questions? Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, Mariah, are you next or is Jen next?
Let's have Jen go. She got cut really short on our last one here.
Hi, Hi, everyone. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm Jennifer Capps, Chief Development and Communication Officer for Mason Health. And Mason Health is more than 50 years old. I joined the organization back in 2008 for the 40th. And wow, poof, like that, we've celebrated our 50th and we've opened up the new Mason Clinic and all this cool stuff that happened right before the pandemic. And so, you know, we have a long-standing history in the community, and we're just so proud to partner with the YMCA and all the great benefits that they're going to bring to the community and families, you know, with all of the resources and the new center and all their cool facilities and the access points they're going to create for us. And at Mason Health, we are going to have a space inside the new facility, which we're super stoked about. We're actually going to use it for community education sessions. We're going to look at having some wellness activities in our new space that we have over there. And we also are going to create meeting space, you know, for our community partners to kind of help strengthen our relationships in the community. And we couldn't be more excited about it. I think it's really going to be great, you know, for the community, and it's really going to help us connect to the community in a new way. So we're super excited about that. And out of respect for time, I'll just do a quick commercial. See everyone at Trunk or Treat tomorrow. If you can bring some littles by, please do. We're going to have giveaways and all kinds of cool stuff to help celebrate Halloween, but safely with COVID-19 precautions in place. So please join us, and I will turn it back over to Mara. Thank you. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.
Thanks, Jen. I'm Mariah Candler. I'm with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southwest Washington. We serve Thurston, Mason, Lewis, Grace Harbor, and Pacific counties. We are excited about the opportunity to be able to partner with the Y and provide a great space for our matches to meet, and also the possibility for additional programming in the future when more things are in person. Our program matches adult mentors with youth in the community. It is a program about building potential and being able to ignite the potential in youth who are living close by. So we currently have 8 kiddos who are in Mason County who are waiting for mentors. Some of those youth have been waiting over 2 years because of the lack of male mentors specifically. There's a great need for that. 76% of the youth in our program come from a single parent home or foster or group home. So they just need the extra support. Honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't matter how many adults are in the life of a youth, they can always use one more caring person, and that's what our program is about. So if you're interested in volunteering or in having your youth be a part of the program, please reach out to us. We'll be continuing our support, and when the Y is open, we'll be partnering with them to be able to provide activities and matches and mentoring, specifically in the sports program as well when that gets started back up. So excited to be able to do that. Any questions?
How do people sign up for that program?
Yeah, the easiest way to sign up is on our website. Our website is SWABIGS, SWWAB as in boy, BIGS.org. SWABIGS.org is the easiest way. You can also call our office and we can start the process over the phone as well.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. It looks like we're moving. So nice to see you all shortly, and I guess we'll be back together later.
These are 2 experts. Jen and Jen Beach, Jackie Barrett. They work at Briggs and Plum. They will not be joining us out at Shelton, but they are your experts in health and well-being and aquatics today. Jen, go ahead and kick it off.
All right. A little intimidating being called an expert, but thanks, Aubrey. So my name's Jennifer Veach. I am a program director here for the Olympia branches. I focus mostly on health and well-being and youth and family programming. I'm going to talk most about health and well-being today. So I'm just going to kick it off with our well-being center or our wellness center. I'm not sure what Aubrey is going to decide to name it, but it's basically where all your gym equipment is. So that will include some new cardio machines as well as some new free weights. Super exciting there. They will be matrix equipment, and then there'll also be some TRX there also as well.
With that, the other thing included in your membership, which is always a big hit, is our group exercise classes. They range anywhere from cardio classes, so like a Zumba or other dance forms of classes, strength classes, as well as mind body, so your yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, and then of course cycle classes. The mind body classes as well as the cycle classes will have designated spaces or studios for members to take those in their little space or studio there. And then the cardio or strength classes will actually happen in your full size basketball gym. So that is also there for our hoopers to join us and enjoy a full size gym. Super exciting. I saw it yesterday. It's beautiful. The other part of exercise that is exciting to be out there is our personal training. We have a couple different options for people to sign up for. You can do one-on-one personal training, so it's you and a personal trainer, and you also have the option of doing a partner training, which is a really great way for you to have someone there to help motivate you. We do also offer small group trainings. That would be people maybe not that know each other, but are wanting to do something in a group form, but a little more focused in on one particular type or style of training. That usually includes 4 to 8 people. We have great programming with our YMCA. Aubrey alluded to the cancer survivor program called Live Strong. That is a great program we have offered here in Olympia for about 10 years now. It's a 12-week program. It gives our cancer survivors an opportunity to come in and get support for both the mind and body. They are here 2 times a week for about 90 minutes, and they get an opportunity to talk, have guest speakers, and then also get down to the gym where they work out and have the support of others. We also have great family-friendly programming to include our Kid Zone, where the parents will drop off their kiddos on their way to wherever in the Y they choose to go. And then we'll have possible youth programming out there, dance, karate. It really depends on the need and what our Shelton Y folks are looking for. We are looking into a childhood obesity program. That is definitely in the pipeline to support not only the child, but the family as a whole in a healthier lifestyle. And we will have a Spanish-speaking version of that program as well. Another thing in the pipeline is our weight loss program. And again, that really will depend on the need and also COVID and when we can get those things started. And I think I hit everything. Does anybody have any questions? Great. Jackie?
All right. Well, my name is Jackie Barrett. I'm the aquatics coordinator here at the Olympia branches of the South Sound YMCA. Really excited to talk to you guys about the pool. So the pool out in Shelton, I'm sure you all know, is a 40-foot by 40-foot activity pool. It does slope, the shallowest of the pool is 3.5 feet, and then it slopes down to 5.5 feet. In the deepest section of the pool. It is a year-round pool, so it will have programming going on year-round. It's a covered and a heated pool, nice and warm for all the kids to learn how to swim and play around in that water. The tent is a temporary structure that will be removed in the summertime. So I'm really excited to bring my own kids out so we can swim at the outdoor pool and hang out and splash and play in the sunshine once we get some sunshine going on here in the summer. So we will have a lot of different aquatics programs going on in the pool. Swim lessons is one of the main things. We at the Y really believe that swimming is a life skill that everyone should have. So the basic knowledge of water safety and just how to be safe around the water and keep yourself and others safe is one of the main things that's taught in YMCA swim lessons. I'm sure some of you might be aware of this, but the Y actually started the concept, invented the concept of group swim lessons back in 1909. So the YMCA has been teaching people how to swim for over 100 years. And we're pretty good at it. We are the experts at swim lessons. So we're excited to bring that to the Shelton community. We do have a progressive version of swim lessons that we teach. So it goes from level 1 to level 6. So as people accomplish the skills in each level, and then they'll move up to the next level, which gives that feeling of accomplishment and just being able to achieve a new level. It's always great to see the kids when they pass from level 3 to level 4 and they hold up their report card and they say, I passed, Mom, I'm in level 4 now. So it's just great to see the excitement around the pool, to see the kids learning those water safety skills and just achieving those new goals that they have. We will also have some family rec swim times where families can come and just enjoy open swim in the pool together and be safe with our lifeguards watching them. And then we'll have some water exercise for people who need a real low impact exercise in the pool, which could include some water walking, water aerobics, stretching classes, and then high intensity aerobics classes in the pool. So water exercise is always a really popular form of exercise for all ages, but also for the older adults, the senior community, just to be able to have that low impact exercise is really important for them. And I think that's about all I wanted to share. Does anyone have questions about the pool or our aquatics programming or anything I could help you guys with?
One of the questions, and I don't know if this is specific to the pool or maybe the facilities as a whole, is Mason County has kind of a low number of facilities that can be utilized for personal events, birthday parties, etc. So does the Y have any opportunities there for like the pool to be reserved by a particular small group or even the basketball court or anything like that?
I'll jump in and take that one. We are looking at specifically the gym. We have that mind body studio, also called a multi-purpose room, and then a conference room, not as conducive in COVID times, much smaller space. But we are looking at, because especially in the location, we are aware like we're right next to the school, we got a full-size gym. There's a lot of opportunity for community events, happenings, get through COVID. And so we'll have a process for that for people to be able to request rentals. That said, membership will take priority as far as being able to provide service to members first, and then throughout the day, throughout the hours of our facility, depending on what those look like, what we're allowed to do by March, we'll have different opportunities to be able to provide some sort of reservation system.
Awesome. Thank you.
Other fun questions?
A little bit, you were talking about the groups of 4 to 8 people, and can you expand a little bit on that?
So that would be our small group training. It's very similar. It is taking place with a personal trainer. It's hard to talk a lot about that one because we just don't know what type of small group training we're going to offer out there. Some examples of what we've offered here are, we did a kickboxing small group training, which I took place in, super fun. And typically they take place in a certain part of the well-being center, but sometimes it could be in like a multi-purpose room or one of the designated spaces we could break out into there. Kettlebells is another really popular one. TRX is a popular small group, but it's 4 to 8 people. They'd sign up through our system, which I believe is still going to be DAXGO out there as well. And then they could sign up with somebody. They could form a group. Well, we have 6 people that want to focus on this, and we'll find a trainer to support them in that and just create a small group training for them. So there's lots of avenues you can take with it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Phew.
Something that my experts aren't aware of that I actually found out the other day. Not only will we have our small group training space inside the facility for functional fitness style workouts, but then we're also going to have a little space outside the building. So summer days, we've got some beautiful garage doors we're going to be able to open up, and you'll be able to go and do a platform, use a platform, paved platform outside, do some functional style fitness out there as well. So I'm really excited to see that.
Awesome.
Sarah, Jake, thanks for joining us. These are 2 of our awesome execs. You met Patrick earlier, but Sarah's going to talk about philanthropy with us.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. This is like when I go to conferences and it's speed dating. I feel like I can't get enough out of my mouth before I got to switch spots. So thank you for having us today. This has been super fun to get to see some faces and meet some folks. I'm going to talk about philanthropy and fundraising today with 3 goals in the next 9 minutes or so. One is to talk about the difference between philanthropy and fundraising. The second is to talk about what that looks like in our YMCA, and then of course to let you know how you can participate in general. We'll have a time for questions at the end. Feel free to interrupt me at any time though, if you have some burning question or thought you'd like to share. So philanthropy versus fundraising. When I say philanthropy, a lot of people automatically think either asking for or giving money. And so they oftentimes use those terms interchangeably, philanthropy and fundraising. There is a really important distinction between those two words though. Philanthropy, the direct translation of the word philanthropy is a love of mankind. And so philanthropy, when we talk about philanthropy, it's really why we show up in the world and how we show up in a community. And so the reason that a YMCA exists, the reason that we run programs, and the reason that we make sure that everyone is welcome in our YMCA and that no one is turned away for an inability to pay is because of philanthropy. Because of our love for mankind. And I'm going to say that again, no one is turned away from our YMCA for an inability to pay. Now, how we can make that promise in our community, how do we do that? How can we say that? Is through fundraising. And that's one of the mechanisms, one of the really important mechanisms that we use to be able to keep our promise in the community. So philanthropy is why we show up, and fundraising is really a tool to keep our promise in our community. Does that make sense to everybody? That distinction? So fundraising, we have 4 main mechanisms of fundraising in our YMCA. The first, which hopefully all of you have seen, been part of, heard about, is capital campaigns. And the purpose of a capital campaign is really to build a building or build something. So we've had a huge, very successful capital campaign in Mason County, and our building is underway. The second is annual campaign fundraising. And what that is an annual sustained effort to make sure that programs are funded year after year after year. And so that's where scholarship funding comes from. That's the way that communities make sure that we can say that no one is turned away for an inability to pay. So that's our annual campaign. Similar funding comes from our events and sponsorship opportunities. So again, those are usually annual kinds of events that we have that support either a specific program or scholarships overall. And then finally, we have endowment and planned giving, and those things support the future. So that's how you leave a legacy. You want to make sure that our programs and our YMCAs here well after we're all gone. So we do all 4 of those things in our YMCA. The way that community members and business leaders can participate is obviously as donors, which many of you already are, sponsors of our events, campaign volunteers. So one of the really unique things about YMCAs and important things about YMCAs is that Aubrey and Jake and I aren't the ones out asking for money. It's really volunteers in the community who think it's so important that we keep doing what we do, that they go out and they ask their networks to participate as donors as well. So volunteering to do that work is critical. And then as community advocates, which again, many of you are, and that's really just thinking about the why, bringing it up in conversations, sharing with potential partners, and talking about the work that we do in our community. So that is my super quick rundown of philanthropy and fundraising in our YMCA. Aubrey and Jake, do you have anything to add, share, correct?
Good job, Sarah.
Does anyone have any questions about why we do what we do, about the types of fundraising that we take part in, about how you can give today because you're so excited and inspired?
So what kind of fundraising events do you have planned for the Shelton one?
Well, that's a great question. So it's a little bit of a tricky question during this time of COVID-19. Traditionally, we have 2 big events a year. One is a spring run that takes place on the Capitol campus, and then one is an auction in the fall. We didn't run either of those events this year. Our our advisory board for Shelton is just getting started. And so that's something that that group might be talking about. There's certainly the possibility of doing some virtual events. Our annual campaign, which runs in the spring, which will be right around the time this branch opens, is really a peer-to-peer fundraising. It's not an event, but it's, again, folks in the community sitting down with their friends, asking them to join. So we sometimes have some events around that campaign as well. Not sure what that's going to look like this spring.
One thing I want to jump in and add that I'm super proud of, and Sarah's already mentioned this, is our ability to provide membership opportunities and scholarship opportunities for folks, regardless of their ability to pay. So right now, we're doing our charter membership sales. When we open, we will have financial assistance opportunities for those who need it, particularly called needs-based assistance. And we have a whole process for that. But really the goal in that process is to not make people feel any different based off of their ability to pay. We want them to come in. We want them to be able to sign up just like any other member. We do have some form of income verification that we go through, and we're able to scholarship up to 45% of both their monthly membership fee and their joining fee. Sometimes that's still not enough. And that's where the whole not turning anybody away goes. And that's where we step in to say, you know what else can we do? How can we help you out? Sounds like you need to get back on your feet and you need to be at the Y to be able to do that. And so we have a whole process that we go through there. On top of, we have all of these programs like youth sports and swim lessons and those pieces that, man, I signed up for a Y membership and I really want to get my kid in swim lessons and they need that. Those scholarships are also applicable to those youth programs too. So I'm very excited to see what we can do to help the community out in Mason County and at Shelton, just to make sure people have access to the Y. It'll be a big piece for us, and I see a lot of need, and I see a lot of impact that will come from that, a very positive impact.
Thanks, Aubrey. Looks like we have maybe 1 or 2 minutes left. So I'm going to put Joe on the spot just because I recognize Joe and have met him. So hopefully he won't mind. And so Joe, you've been involved in our YMCA and in our work and in advocating for our community. And I'm wondering if you can share just what has been your experience. A lot of people are really scared when I say, would you like to participate in our philanthropy or in our fundraising? People kind of freak out a little bit. And I'm wondering what that experience has been like for you.
Oh, I got 60 seconds to answer here. So my involvement I have been involved, but in very minimally, but you know, it is challenging to ask folks for money, right? And you know, especially in Mason County, we do know our demographics do make that sometimes pretty challenging. But I think, you know, the small donations, a lot of people are willing to make small donations, and they do see the bigger picture here. And one of the things that I'm interested in, and I've got 23 seconds left here, is how potentially like employers in the community can either subsidize their staff to have memberships as a wellness program and things like that, especially coming from the city's perspective. You know, we have a pretty good wellness program, and it'd be interesting to see if there are avenues that way as well. So 3, 2, 1, and I'm done here.
Right. Well, hopefully you guys have all learned some really amazing tidbits and have some better insight into what the Y will be bringing to Mason County. It's my honor at this point to introduce Jim Morrell, the CEO of Peninsula Credit Union, who has sponsored today's event, as well as taken a very active role in seeing the Y come to fruition. So Jim.
Thanks, Heidi. I just wanted to add a couple of words of you know, why Peninsula is excited about the Shelton YMCA coming about. It's part of our goal and mission here to connect with all of the communities that we serve and empower and inspire people to improve their financial lives and help make you know, really good, wise financial decisions. The reality for many people in their households, particularly with what's going on with COVID now, but at any time, is that unexpected things happen. Sometimes there's maybe not the best choices that happen in people's financial decision making, and we're here to help with that. And we have a lot of tools and resources to do that. You heard Kirk talk about that during the breakout session with our coach that'll be at the Y, Scott. There's also a financial fitness page that we have up, and it gives some other tips about how you can get immediate help or start a savings plan or pay off debt or rebuild your credit. And one of the things I'd like to call out is that there's a section of that page called Balance. And what Balance is a lot of different learning tracks that people can sign up and take, self-paced, monthly webinars and other online tools. And you can sign up and register for Balance. You do not have to be a member of Peninsula Credit Union. Anybody can go ahead and do that. And Deidre's posted that link in the chat for anybody that wants to check that out. So all of us here at Peninsula Credit Union are really thrilled that this community resource is coming to Shelton and that we'll be part of the hub connecting people together. And while the Y folks are working with us all on our financial fitness, and as I just shared in a breakout room, I'm pretty sure that without the weight loss programs, I'm going to float pretty well in that activity pool after the last few months of COVID. So look forward to seeing you at the Y or around town, and we can help you get started on your financial fitness program anytime that you're ready to.
Thanks, Jim. We just had a really great breakout session group. Super thrilled to get to meet all of you and see all of you. As I've said, I'm Aubrey Fudge. I'll be the senior director out at Shelton. That's my contact info for any of you that want to talk to me more, know more about the Shelton Family YMCA. I hope all of you downloaded that mobile app during this time. I know you've been busy and listening, but go ahead and download that. If you go to the App Store and look up South Sound YMCA, we're right there. And then with it, mark your calendars. March 1st, 2021 is our grand opening date for our new YMCA. And from here, I encourage you to all go and sign up for a charter membership today. Deidre shared the membership rates in the chat. When you sign up for a charter membership, you go to southsoundymca.org. You click on Join Now. From there, make sure you say, I'm a Shelton member, and I'm a charter member at that. And for your initial sign up, you're only paying the joining fee. The joining fee will be about $50 or $65, depending on the type of membership you sign up with. And then your membership rates will not start until March when we open, when you have access to use a building. So in the meantime, play on the mobile app, do workouts of the day, play in challenges, engage with us at the Y, and follow us on Facebook. Thank you so much for having us all here today. I'm so excited. This is a great opportunity. As a charter member, you're going to get a chance to be able to do a tour of the building with me before we even open. So I encourage you all to sign up now.
So with that, we conclude this midday session. I'd like to thank all of our partners for today, bringing this to you with the North Mason Chamber and the Mason County EDC. And thank you to Peninsula Credit Union for your sponsorship and for making financial fitness a priority in Mason County. We will put a recorded copy of this on our website at masonchamber.com. There we'll try and gather everybody's contact information. So if you have particular people that you'd like to contact and follow up with some of those questions, you can do so. So with that, thank you very much. And we hope that you're as excited as we are for this. And we look forward to seeing you at the Y come March 1st.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you all for being here.